Good hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing just fine. I hope everything is going beautifully for you in this crazy world. I wanted to do a pick a card reading because I haven't done one in a while, and everybody seems to like those. And I've gotten so many messages asking when the next one I'm going to do is, and here it is. It's now. The question that this pick a card reading is going to answer is what is coming up? What is coming up for me in the next couple months, in the next year? That also kind of includes what am I going through? What is coming up? What is meeting me? I think a lot of this is going to be what the universe wants you to know, as well as what's coming up for you, because what's coming up for you is what am I having to meet? What are the expectations? What are the difficulties that I might be having? So take all this with a grain of salt. I'm working hard to figure out my best connection with the universe to answer any of the questions. The big thing is you have your choices. You have A, B, and C. Your A choice is a tiger's eye. A beautiful tiger's eye. Your B choice is a Smokey Quartz, and your C choice is an Amethyst. So, if you would like, you can pause the video, you can go away for a bit, you can meditate on it, you can pick one of them, you can pick both of them, you can pick all three of them. If you pick all three of them, be prepared for huge, harsh life lessons. That's usually how my pick a card readings go. So, without further ado, if you pick number one, if you pick the Smokey Quartz, let's see what your message is for what's coming up. And I have 4 different cards. I will label them somehow in the description. This card right now is the healing card. And the healing card says, take time to tune into your body and recognize the messages it's trying to send you. Let's see if we can get... There you go. So right away, you're ignoring something, and what's coming up for you is a very, very interesting check-in with your body, with yourself, with your soul. I think that you've been ignoring a lot, and the universe has been trying to send you messages, and you've just been like, nah, screw it, I'll deal with it later. Well, later is here. Later is now. Later is when you're watching this video, and if you've been ignoring it for a while, be prepared for what's about to come. Because I feel like already this is saying you've been ignoring some aspects of yourself, of your psyche, and of your body that can be slightly detrimental if you keep ignoring them, okay? So the tarot card reading, the tarot card I have is Secret Tarot, and your card is going to be the Hermit reversed. Let's see. Hermit reversed. Trying to get this to focus, but with the light it's kind of hard. Let's see if I just... There we go. You get the Hermit reversed. So what is the Hermit reversed saying? The Hermit reversed, I believe, is kind of telling you, stop being so alone. Stop ignoring your own conscious directives. Stop thinking that you have to do everything alone, that you have to be alone, that you have to isolate yourself, because isolating yourself only worked for a little bit. It's now time to get out of this self-isolation. Granted, we're in the time of COVID, if you're watching this video this year. We're in this time, you've been in this time of self-isolation, and you think you're supposed to be in this time of self-isolation for a long enough time, and you've been trying to like put away everything, put all this time away, and it might be the fact that you don't believe it's time to move forward. So not only are you not listening to yourself, you're not listening to the universe, and you're just taking this laissez-faire excuse of like, oh, no, I don't want to do anything. Okay, guess what? It's time to start doing something. You've been ignoring yourself for way too long. You've been ignoring others for way too long. And you've been ignoring a directive from the universe, God, whatever have you, for way too long. So it's really time to come and greet life again. I feel like this is what's coming up for you is this conscious directive to understand that you don't have to be alone, that things are coming to help you out of whatever pit you think you're in. And I say whatever pit you think you're in because you kind of put yourself in this little pit of despair and said, woe is me, oh my god, I'm so unhappy, I'm so slighted, and the universe hates me. The universe doesn't hate you. You only think the universe hates you because you went through such a huge change in such a short amount of time. So yeah, you went through like a dark night of the soul, and it caused you to kind of have a different view or outlook on the universe and how your life is. Things are changing, things are going to change rapidly, but you have to pick yourself up first and get yourself out of this pit of despair before things start to change. You also have a fairies card. The fairies card is going to be creative expression. And here's the thing. During this time of despair and during this time that you've been so alone or felt so alone and felt so wah-wah, I feel like a lot of it is just like you haven't had enough time for a creative outlet, or you haven't thought about a creative outlet. So in order to get yourself back up, picked up, and in a right frame of mind, you actually need to start being a little bit artistic, listen to music, go outside, go for a walk, because that's what's going to help you. You've been so isolated by yourself, you haven't been able to understand another human or other people or other forms of life. Go outside, take a walk, pet a dog, do something. Get out of that frame of mind of, oh, I'm supposed to be alone. I'm supposed to be alone. I'm supposed to be off on myself. Nobody ever is supposed to be alone. Unless you absolutely want to be a hermit and spend your life alone, go ahead. But the Hermit card reverse is saying it's time to come out of that. It's time to come out of the loneliness. It's time to come back into the light. The best way to do that is to express yourself creatively. Creative expression is just telling you that if you have an idea, it's time to make it also worthy. It's time to make it worthy of the light. So go outside, go do something. Get some inspiration from being outside, being with other people, being around other people. And then you'll understand how things are supposed to travel fluidly for your life. Your last card, the Enchanted One Oracle deck, is the Heart Chakra. You got to start loving yourself, man. You gotta open up that little heart chakra in your chest. It's been shut down for so long, not to other people, but to yourself. So because you've shut down yourself, you feel despair, you feel loneliness, you feel heartache. Why? Why do you feel this way? Just because things haven't looked the way they should have in your life? Like you just kind of shut down and been like, nah, screw it. I don't feel good, so I'm gonna wallow in my pit of despair for a little bit longer. Don't do that. It's time to come out. It's time to open up your heart. It's time to learn to use your heart again and use it in the best effective way possible. What is coming up for you is return to life. In the next, I would say, couple weeks to a month, you're going to have to pick yourself up again. You're going to have to understand that life does continue after, I'm going to say, after a little bit of a heartache. Something happened, like whatever happened to get you into this little self-isolation period, it's going to end. It has to end. You're being asked to move forward a little bit. So what's coming for you? Restarting the heart, getting back to life, getting back to creative expression, getting back to understanding your body and finding ways to nourish your body again. That is a really good pile. If you pick this pile, your life's coming back. Your life is returning, and you will find beauty and understanding and realization that nothing has to be hard. So thank you again for picking. If you want a reading, you can go to healingwithmatt.com. I do live stream readings every Friday on Facebook at Healing with Matt. I also sell candles on Etsy if you want to take a look at that. All the links are down in the description. If you pick number 2, if you picked the Smokey Quartz, here's the Smokey Quartz. Here's your first card. Master the step you are on. All right. So what's coming up for you is I think you're going a little too fast. You want to go a little too fast. You need to slow down a little bit because if you don't slow down, bad stuff will happen. Your tarot card is the Ten of Cups reversed. All right. You need more harmony in your life. I feel like you're going so fast, you're not slowing down enough to understand what's truly happening to you. Here's what it is. You are in a cycle right now, and you failed or haven't understood what's gone on in the previous cycles, so it keeps coming back. You're supposed to continuously learn and improve and understand where you went wrong in a previous cycle so you can leave this cycle. You have not been able to do that because you haven't stopped and listened to what's going on and understood the ramifications of what you're truly trying to learn. So right now, you're being asked to provide some context for yourself. You're being asked to sit in greater harmony with your heart, with your mind, with your soul, so you can move on. But the key is, like, you need to be in harmony. You can't just say, no, I'm done. I want to move on. I don't want to deal with this anymore, and then pretend it's over. Lessons are not over until the universe says they're over. And if it takes you 30 years, 40 years, 50 years to understand that lesson, then so be it. The universe will just keep coming back over and over and over again until you finally learn the lesson. You are not at a point right now that is allowing you to move on, and it's frustrating you because you've seen, or you're starting to see, the lessons over and over again, and you're not understanding why it keeps coming back. There's something that you are missing, very detailed lessons, and you're not either willing to understand the lesson involved or you're overlooking it. So as the next few weeks progress involved, figure out what keeps coming up and what keeps hitting you in the head so you can learn it, accept it, and move on. In the next couple of weeks, what's coming up for you is a very, not a harsh, but a very distinct life lesson that you've been ignoring for the past couple years, couple cycles, what have you. I'd also say that for a few people, somebody is coming back into view. And I'm not going to say a loved one or an ex-loved one. Have it as you will. I feel like maybe for the Ten of Cups reverse people, some of these people, you decided to just leave a relationship. You decided, screw it, I don't want to deal with the ramifications, I don't want to deal with my feelings, I don't want to deal with how this is making me feel. So instead of talking, you're like, screw it, I'm out of here. Well, guess what? That is not a way to deal with life. It creates disharmony with yourself, with the other person. It creates a link between this person. So you're going to have to go back and either apologize, listen to another side, or you're going to have to relive this over again. And I will never tell you to go back to an ex. Going back to an ex is horrible. It should never happen. What I am simply saying is you need to learn the other side. What you did to another person, to another idea, to another being will continue to come back on you. So this cycle will continue to repeat no matter what. You're going to have to not necessarily relive it, but you're going to understand. You're going to have to understand the ramifications of what you did to another person in order to move on. You don't have to make nice, but you have to accept the fact that you may have affected another life. So over the next few weeks, what's coming for you is a check-in with yourself, a check-in with your disharmonious moment that you either had or you're continuing to have, and you have to figure out how to make it harmonious. You have to figure out how to move forward and leave this so that you can live your life again. And this will continue to come back until you actually learn the lesson. So your fairies card is honoring your true feelings. And see, this is what makes me believe that it's actually a previous relationship. How did you feel about this person? what happened that made you leave? What happened that made them leave? What happened to make this beautiful, harmonious moment very unharmonious in very many ways? You have to go back into that. You have to figure out how you felt, why you felt that way, and the moment that made you want to run or say, no, this is not worth it. The other person, idea or thing, um, they deserve not necessarily retribution, but they do deserve honesty on your part. You also deserve honesty on your part. And if you're not being honest with yourself or others about how you feel, it's something that's going to keep coming back until you face those feelings, until you face the idea that this is why this happened and I can't run from it. I can only explain it, and hopefully things work themselves out so that I can just move on. Let's call a spade a spade. You've been dealing with this for years and years and years, and you don't know why it keeps coming back. Well, because you're not being honest. You're not being honest with yourself or others. You're running thinking that running will solve the problem, and running never solves the problem because you always get caught. You will always get caught, or what ends up happening is you will be in a place that will be constantly forever shitty. You'll be in a shitty feeling because you'll have that thought in the back of your head that's like, I could have done better. I could have made this work. And 30 years from now, you'll wake up and you'll be like, I should have done better. I'm sorry. Well, too late now. But then again, nothing is ever too late. If it takes you 30 years to figure out the end of a cycle, so be it. Some of us just take a little bit longer than others. Trust me, it took me like 20 years to figure out my stuff. All right, so your last card is creativity. I think creativity, like the number one card, is not necessarily creative endeavors, but I think you need to be in a harmonious union with yourself, the universe, other people. Again, running from situations never helps. Running from situations causes strife within your body, within the universe, within other people. You need to find a better way to deal with what's ailing you and how to make it work for you and other people. You cannot just run away. You cannot just pretend that nothing ever happened. You need to find a better way to deal with it. And sometimes that does mean writing down what you're feeling. If you cannot express these feelings vocally, you have to find a better way to express these feelings. If that means to another person, to another idea, to the universe, go ahead and do it. So again, what is coming up for you is another cycle. A cycle repeating. You're going to have to deal with the ramifications of something that you did without doing it correctly, if that makes sense. You're just having to revisit some old ideas, things, people, and make better decisions coming up. Okay? So that was your number 2 card or pile. Hope that you liked that. If it made sense, leave a comment. I hope it does make sense to all of you. If you want a reading, www.healingwithmatt.com. Check out my live streams on Friday. And without further ado, here's your last option, your Amethyst option. All right. So your first card is avoid hateful thoughts, as they are just as hurtful as physically striking somebody. So do you not believe in yourself? Do you think that just by ignoring the fact that you want something, thinking that you're not worthy, it'll allow you a free pass to just float through the universe, through time and space, and say, no, I don't have to do it? There's something that's going on that's getting you to change your outlook on you, your path, and the way that you think, because your thoughts have power. Your words have power. And if you're using that power as in a negative environment towards yourself, you're just keeping yourself stuck. So your card is the 3 of Wands reversed. All these cards are reversed. So what you don't understand is you're keeping yourself stuck, but there's so much available to you right now. There's so much growth and expansion. Like, yeah, you want to move forward, you want to create, you want to live a good life, but you don't believe that you're worthy of that. Why not? Why do you not believe that you're worthy of something that you deserve? I would say take a look back at your childhood, take a look back at your thought process. Your thought process really needs to change because there's so much power, creativity, positivity, and a good outcome available to you. You're just not believing it, you're not seeing it, or you're not wanting to do the work in order to make it available to yourself. That needs to change in order for things to progress and move forward. You're almost like the pile number 2. You might have picked pile number 2. So I would say for pile number 3, like your downfall is a serious lack of doubt in your abilities, in your creativity, in what you can do and what you can offer. Don't let it stymie you. Don't let yourself be the reason why you can't move forward, because that's even worse if you're keeping yourself stuck for 30, 40 years and going, but I woulda, coulda, shoulda. All right, why not pick yourself up now, realize that all you have to do is find a positive outlook, and that your words and your thoughts are having so much immense power that even if you did 30 years of no, I can't, I won't, I don't understand, you can slightly change and say, I can, I will, I deserve. Because you don't understand right now that you deserve so much and you're about to get so much, you just have to change your thinking. And that's what it truly is. Your thought process needs to change. So in the next couple of weeks, you're gonna be so down and depressed in where you currently are that you might just get to a point where, like, no, screw it. Like, something needs to change. Why is the universe against me? No, the universe isn't against you. You're against you. So once you realize that you're the reason for all your issues, then you can learn how to change. But this reading so far is you understanding you are the problem. And that's the unfortunate part, but it's also the best part, because once you realize you're the problem, then you can figure out how to get around your own self. And that's what you really need to do, is you need to be your own best friend instead of being your own enemy. So your next card would be follow your dreams. Again, why do you not believe you're worthy of anything? Why do you not believe that you can do what you're setting out to do? Who has put this in your head? If it wasn't you, who was it? You need to figure out where this started, why it started, get the help that you need in order to move forward in life. You have so much available to you in terms of having a better life. And you don't think that you can do it. You don't think that you're worthy. Why not? Everybody is worthy. You in particular need to realize that you are longing. If you're longing for a better life, you get a better life. You have to work at it. There's a lot of work to be done over the next few weeks to get to this point of kind of hitting rock bottom and saying, okay, I need to change. So what is it? What is that one seed of doubt that stopped you in your tracks? And why did it stop you in your tracks? What's going on? Why is this happening? So honestly, follow your dreams. Realize that you can follow your dreams. Realize the ambition that you truly have is greater than you trying to stop yourself for the rest of your life, or you trying to self-sabotage. Your last card is shine. Again, what more do you need? How many more signs do you need that you deserve a better life? How many more signs do you need from spirit, a dude on the internet reading cards, or yourself do you need in order to realize that you are the one stopping yourself from having the most beautiful life ever? You need to take the idea that you have and manifest it into something positive and useful, not just for yourself, but for other people. The ideas that you have can be relevant to anything that you want to do. The ideas that you have can shine. The ideas that you have can have traction and growth, but you need to understand that you deserve it and that you got to stop being so depressed and down on yourself, thinking that you can't do it. This card right here is saying it's time to move forward. It's time to shine. It's time to create anything and everything that you truly want, and you can do it. You just need to get the help that you need. And that's all I have for you. Like, there's only so many times I can say, stop being your own worst enemy. All right, friends, that's all I got for you. I hope this pick a card reading helped. Again, if you want to get a hold of me, Matt at healingwithmatt.com, website healingwithmatt. I have an Etsy page, and I do a live stream on Facebook on Fridays. So if you want any of that, look at the description. All the links are in the description. Until then, I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Bye.